Hey y'all, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And if you're new around here, hello and welcome. My name is Katie Marie and I am a lover of eyeshadow palettes. And today I am going to be doing one of the things I love, which is trying out an eyeshadow palette for the first time. And this one is even just a little bit more special because it is a brand that is brand new to me. And I'm trying out one of their palettes for the very first time. And I love discovering new indie brands. And if you're curious, I mean, you're not going to be curious because you saw the title of this video. You saw the thumbnail. You know what we're doing here. But the palette is called The Reasons, and it is from the brand DJ's Unique Boutique. I forget where exactly I first heard about them, but when they teased and showed the inside of their holiday release, the Reasons palette, so many of y'all tagged me under that post, and you know, as other Instagram accounts were sharing it, I kept getting tagged. I don't usually get tagged that much, but this has hands down been the most I've ever gotten tagged for a palette launch, and I'm sure once you see this inside of it, as you guys have already seen from the thumbnail, but look at the inside. Like, I am so excited. I love a good mix of blue and green, and this totally gives it to you. And per usual, I love when the outside packaging, which it's the same in this case, but this is the outer sleeve, but I love when the design and the artwork for the outside matches what is going on with the color story inside. I just love that harmony, and yeah, so when it finally launched, I just jumped right on it and purchased it, and it got here yesterday, and I'm so excited to play. So before we dive in and talk a little bit more about this palette, try it on my eyes, and do some swatches, let's go ahead and do my Instagram shout out for today. Today it's going to be going to The Honest Beauty Reviewer. She commented on my most recent post over on Instagram. Thank you so very much for leaving me such, for leaving me such a sweet comment on my post. I really do appreciate it, and you are my Instagram shout out for today. She does have a YouTube channel. She is a YouTuber, Lauren, so I will leave her link down below as I usually do whenever I know the ladies who comment and who have channels. She does a lot of skincare and talks a lot about skincare, so I always love and value her opinion. But yes, Lauren, you are my Instagram shout out for today, and per usual, if you want a chance to be featured, all you have to be doing is following me on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92. Interact with my content as it goes up, and then I randomly select a commenter from the comment section when I sit down to film. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into chatting a little bit about this palette. Okay, as I said, DJ's Unique Boutique is the brand. This is one of their palettes. They have come out with other palettes. They're not like that Nuva brand, but this is the first palette that they launched, and I was made aware of the brand. This palette retailed for $35. It got here very quickly. Like, I bought it that day, and I'm pretty sure that night I got shipping notification or like a tracking, and then the next day it was tracking to me, so she was very quick to get this out. The presentation of this and the way it was packaged was phenomenal. I even saved the paper because it was very beautifully presented. Like, this is nice thick paper. It's not like that tissue paper. And she had it folded up so beautifully, like I can almost mimic it. It was beautiful. It's just very nice presentation, and then there was a little bow around it, and then on top of having the palette, I also received these earrings from her, which I thought was so very sweet. It says, "Your order made my day. I hope this package makes yours." And it's like these great little earrings, which I was just so very touched because I was not expecting that at all, and it was just a very special little touch to throw in there, and I really do appreciate it from the brand owner. I don't think I verbally said, but I purchased this myself. It's not PR. I usually put a little thing up here, but I like to say it out loud when I remember. This palette retails for $35. There is a coupon code. I use Colorful Caramel. I think it's Caramel or Caramel. I forget exactly her username. I'm sorry. I'm new to her, but I will leave it linked down in the description box if you want to use it as well, and I'll link her YouTube channel because she did 2 or 3 looks with this, and that's kind of what turned me. I mean, I was already intrigued about the palette to begin with, but her looks were beautiful, so I was excited to try the formula after seeing her looks. But anyway, I used her code to get it a little bit cheaper. I'll leave it down below if you want to use it. But yeah, I think that is about all the details. You have the information like the ingredients on the back, the net weight of it. It's 24 grams if you're curious, 12 months shelf life. The package is recyclable. It's cruelty free. The front of it is just a sticker if you're curious. I was kind of curious too. It is a sticker that's put across here, and I have a feeling I'm going to experience this coming up a little bit because it does go to the curve of where the hinge is. So as I'm using it, and I'm just so rough on my palettes, I have a feeling it's going to start to pill up, and I'm such a picker and stuff like that. I'm going to have to make myself not pull it off because it's very pretty and I like it. But I wish it was just maybe a little bit shorter so that it wasn't sitting on that hinge and then it wouldn't have the tendency to pull up, if that makes sense. But anyway, it has a mirror inside that is a nice little mirror. It's a relatively good size. Like, I could do my face in it if I needed to. And let's see. it could go all the way back, but is not going very willingly. So maybe the more I use it, maybe it'll loosen up, but I'm not going to be pulling it all the way back today. But anyway, here are the colors inside, a beautiful array of green and blue, and then this little pop of interest up here that I thought was really neat. So yeah, this is a palette. We need to get into it. I'm going to do my eyes first, and then we will swatch it at the end. So let's jump on into the tutorial and create a look with this, because I still don't know what I'm going to do. Alright, I'm just going to prime with this Zoeva primer. I've really been enjoying it. It's very thin, but gives me just a teensy bit of coverage. So I like it for the days when I've already done my base, so I don't have a weird line from like concealer or whatnot where it meshes with my face that's already done. If you're curious, my highlighter is the Shared Planet Sea Turtle highlighter. I feel like it's so very blinding and pretty. I don't know if my camera is washing it out, but it is the white sand shades. And I think depending on what I do, I might put a little bit of the blue or the green on top of it, just to tie in the look since this is a blue-green palette. But okay. I've been kind of thinking, I have not swatched it at the time of, you know, me doing this look. I kind of like to do my looks and then swatch it because I feel like it's most important how you put it on your eyes. And that way I just kind of go in expecting it all just to perform the way I like it. And then we'll see when I swatch it later how the swatches look. But, okay, so what I'm going to do, what I'm going to pull for first, I think is this winter shade. I'm going to start with winter and keep that pretty much in my crease, not going too crazy all over the place. So I want a more smaller pointed one like this ES3 from Profusion. Okay, that looks pretty pigmented. I'm tapping it off and then putting it right in here. Okay, so it's not crazy pigmented in that like I'm gonna make a mess, because it kind of scared me with what is on the brush. So I'm gonna actually go in more tapping motions to see if that works better, and then I'll blend it from there. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I could blend it out more just to see how it blends, but I actually want to put a good bit of green, and I don't want to take this all the way to my brow bone. So I'm going to take this green shade here, which I didn't even tell you. I don't think I told you names, did I? Blue was winter, and then this green is mistletoe, and I really want this shade to pop. So I think what I need to do is grab like this E25 brush from Sigma, and I'm going to stamp it right into the blue and then blend it upwards. And I'm also going to bring it heavily into the crease here because I didn't want to bring all that blue and make my inner corner so dark. I'm going to kind of stamp it in and then blend. That blends really nice. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that these are so dark to kind of be careful. I got one little speck here, but no real fallout, which is great because that blue was intense. And now I'm going to switch to a fluffier brush, pick up that same mistletoe, and I'm just going to blend around the edges. I guess I am pretty much taking it up to my brow. Story of my life. I always don't plan to, and then I do. But anyway, I just want to go to a different brush so that I don't bring too much of the dark blue up, but I'm really wanting to buff and blend this out. Could probably have gone for a little bit more of a detailed brush, maybe not so big and fluffy like this 202. Do you guys like when I tell you the brushes that I use, or do you not care? Let me know. I never know, but if you find it helpful, I can try to make a more concerted effort to remember. But anyway, there is that. I like how that's going. I'm going to repeat on the other side. These two are blending great together. Okay, so I'm going to take this, what is it, E33 brush, and I'm taking Winter just because it's a little bit smaller, and I just want to stick it right in there because it's still there, but I just wanted to pop with a little bit more of the brightness of the blue because it's had a lot of that green blended on it, so it just grunged it up a little bit. Not that I mind a grunge, but I just wanted to pop with that. Like, it's just such a beautiful cobalt blue. Kind of want to keep that, and I think I'm going to bring it forward just a little bit with whatever's left on my brush, like so. Right here is looking a little funky, like I feel like there's a line right there. but I'm pretty sure this is due to me doing my face, powdering, and then me putting on my primer. I probably just didn't blend it out very well there, because I'm not noticing it on the other side, and I feel like I tend to do that with my primer after I've done my face. Not a huge deal, but I did want to point it out in case you guys can see, but I like this. Like, this blend between the two colors is beautiful. Okay, anyway, now I'm going to take Tradition, which is this like purple shade, and I'm going to put that right in here. I'm going to try this Beauty Junkies Pro Blending Brush. I might have to go with something a little bit more dense, because this is fairly, I mean, the angle's good. I just like a more dense brush for packing. I'm just going to pack that right on there. Like that. That was fairly easy. Now I'm going to take that small brush again with the Cobalt, and I'm going to add it to kind of on top of this shade, but also just to blend it out, because I don't want to take that purple up. I want to keep it blue, but you guys know me, I like depth, so I want to add the depth on the outer corner. So that's why I'm layering, and also to be able to see if this palette layers the colors on top of each other well. So I'm going to take a touch more of the purple. I love the tones for like a holiday release. This is so fun because it's not like Christmas colors in that it's, you know, not those traditional Christmas colors, but I feel like this is so fun. I'm sorry if I'm like sinking a little bit. I'm just being slouchy. Okay, now I'm going to copy that on the other side. Okay, I'm done. That was really quick and easy. I feel like this is taking me no time. Once again, very minimal fallout. Like, I see a few little specks, but honestly, nothing that intense, nothing that much to speak of. Okay, now is the hard part. It's like, what am I going to put on my lid? There's so many pretty colors. I kind of want to stick, oh, that blue is so pretty. All of these shimmers look pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to put this, kind of cut it on the top, because I feel like this, the contrast with this shade with what I have in the crease will look really pretty. And then for the rest of my lid, I'm kind of going back and forth between these two, because I feel like that'll blend into the purple really nicely. So decisions. I'm not good at this. I'm going to try first with Gifts, which is that light green I was telling you guys about. I'm going to try it not wet and see what it looks like, and see if I need to put down a glitter glue. These look, just looking at them in the pan, I haven't swatched them, but they look like a softer shimmer, maybe? Well, that looks pretty good. It's not metallic, I'll say that much, but it looks like a pretty shimmer. Nicely pigmented. Oh, and it's looking like it's that shimmer that doesn't like need a base to cut it. Like, look, it's kind of doing it all by itself without glitter glue or anything underneath. That's a nice shadow. I like when I can cut corners like that and still get kind of like that faux cut crease or half cut crease look. That was easy. Wow, that looks pretty. I like it. All right, there is that. I'm honestly pretty pleased with how that looks. Again, it's not metallic, it's nothing wet looking, but that is a very, very nice, easy to work with shimmer. I love it when I can use brushes because I just don't like using my hand. So now I'm going to take a touch of this and I'm going to put it right here, and I might even add a touch of the blue somewhere else. I just want to use it all. I know I should control myself, but I can't. Ooh, I got something on my eyelash. So let's just put this right here. Ooh, it's pretty. Okay, so there are those two. I think that looks pretty. I could just work on blending and meshing the two and that'd be fine. I didn't even say the brush I've used for both shades on the lid is the Stilazzi S500. I really like this brush, and I'm just wiping it off. And now I'm going into the blue, which is Christ in here, and I'm putting it right in between these two. I'm just putting a touch on here. Can you guys even tell? I can tell. I think it looks pretty. It's kind of like meshing, and then I'm going to go back over with that green just so I don't cover it, but also just to help everything mesh together. I like that. And then now I'm going to switch it out for just a bit of a thinner because I really want to cut that. This is a Morphe M421 brush, one of the few Morphe brushes that I actually like, but I'm going to take that green just because I like the shape of it. This is great for inner corner, cutting your crease. Morphe does not do fluffy brushes and blending brushes well because they fall apart after the first wash. But this, like, really flat, dense. I mean, it's hard to mess up a tiny, flat, dense brush, but I like the size of this, so that's why I enjoy this brush. And to finish blending it, okay, that's pretty much the look. I feel like this kind of looks reminiscent of most looks that I do when it comes to blue and green. I feel like it kind of reminds me of the look I did with the Worldy palette, except, you know, it's got shimmer to it. You have to tell me what you think. I'm just kind of going over, I always do this whenever I finish up a look. I just play with it with all the different colors and make sure I like everything. I probably don't need to, but it's just the fine tuning that I find I like to do to kind of finish it out and make sure I didn't miss anything. And also doing this and adding just a little bit more color can, or you know, color, whatever shadow on top of it, can often just help make sure everything has that bump of color just in case you blended anything away. But yeah, here's basically the look. I was gonna say I'm gonna stop and finish my eye look, but I don't need to. Let's go ahead and finish the lower lash line, and then I will stop and do my my wings and my can I speak today? My wings and my mascara. Let me just put some black in my waterline. This is from Milani. I like how black this is, but it doesn't last all day in my waterline. Anyway, I kind of wish I used hot cider some way in here. Do you guys want to see 3 looks with this palette? Let me know. I feel like I am overrun on 3 looks, 1 palette that I should be doing, but this is just so inspiring. And you could get like a super neutral look if you took this, this, and this shade. Boom, done. I'm gonna go in with this BK Beauty in 204, sorry, and I'm going to take Tradition. I tend to be very boring on my lower lash line. I just do whatever I did up top and just connect it around. Okay, so I'm gonna take Evergreen, which is this bright green, and I probably need a little bit more of a dense brush. I'm gonna take the BK Beauty 207. I'm just going to, I don't know why I'm showing you guys on this side because I was doing the other side the whole time. Welcome to my life. Sometimes I just change things up without explanation. Okay, and then I'm going to take that Sigma E33 brush that I used the bright blue on, and I'm going to actually dip into Mistletoe, and I'm going to just very lightly kind of blend it all around the edges. Let me do this eye, since that's where I began. Take that purple and I'm just gonna press it back in and around. I'm just kind of playing with this. I will say that green that I used, Mistletoe, didn't do a whole lot, I feel like. There is a very little amount of fallout, like so very little. Anyway, I think I was in the middle of just saying that I think that green just does better with a more dense brush, because down here I just feel like it's a little thin. It does the job though, like I wanted it to blend out, and like comparing these 2 eyes, this definitely has a soft blend to it, which is what I was going for. Okay, so then just to finish this look out, I'm going to take this ES4 brush from Profusion. I'm going to take Frosty and put that in my inner corner. Yeah, that's nice. I like to always take my shimmer down a little bit and just kind of connect it to whatever's going on right here. Okay, this is pretty much the look. I'm going to finish out with wing liner, because you know I always have to have my wing, and some mascara, and then I'll put on a lipstick, and then I'll come back to show you guys the final look. Alright, so I am back. This is the completed look. Let me know what you guys think. Per usual, I'll be sticking close-ups here, but I really like how it turned out. The overall look is very, very pretty. I love a good mix of the blues and the greens, and honestly, overall, like, the shadows blended beautifully. I wouldn't say like they're the most intensely pigmented and just like menagerie level or like gimme glow level when it comes to the pigmentation and just saturation of color with like each little dip of your brush into there. I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely a nicely pigmented palette, and if you do more of like pressing and packing and then blending out, I thought they performed absolutely beautiful. I love the green and the blue that I put in the crease. I thought those blended together so well. The purple was such an effortless blend into the blue. The shimmers all on the lid, like they're not, like I said, they are not metallic or wet looking or anything like sparkly or anything like that, but they are just a very nice shimmer and the color is there. It packs a punch. It goes on very nice with a brush. I had no problems building it on and then layering it and like blending all three colors together. They blended beautifully. I really do like the shimmers, and yeah, my first experience with this palette has been very, very positive. I am super impressed. I am super pleased. I cannot wait to try more of these, and as I said, if you want to see 3 looks 1 palette with this palette, please let me know that down below, and if I get enough comments and if I get enough like thumbs up on my pinned comment down below, then I will definitely consider it. So if you are definitely want to see this, please leave a comment and thumbs up my pinned comment, because that's kind of where I decide, it helps me decide if I see that there's a lot of interest and then how well this video does. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, and you can share it too, and that'll help the video do better, and that'll help me decide if I should continue on and do more with this palette, because this first look, boy, I had a lot of fun. So now with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the swatches for this palette. And I didn't say it before, but I was very impressed with the minimal amount of fallout this had on my face. For having my face all done and working with such intense and bright colors, especially like blue and purple, I was impressed. So let's just go across. We have Hot Cider, Gifts, Mistletoe, and Evergreen. Alright, so what did I say? Hot Cider. They feel really nice and smooth, the mattes. This is Gifts, Mistletoe, and last is Evergreen, which looks like an evergreen color. Very appropriate in my opinion. Okay, next 3. I guess I can, do you guys like to see me swatch it? I have Holiday, Family, Christ, Frosty. Okay. We have Holiday. I guess I say them all again when I'm swatching them, but let me know if you guys like to see me dipping my finger in there. This is Family. Then we have Christ. Let me pick that up again, because I feel like the intensity and the brightness of that blue isn't coming through in that first swatch. That's a little bit better. And then Frosty. Last 4 is Firewood, Winter, Tradition, and Celebrate. Alright, first is Firewood. This is what we didn't use from this row. Everything else we used in today's look. Next is Winter. Oh yeah, that performs so beautiful on the eyes. I'm not surprised it doesn't, or it does swatch well, sorry. This is Tradition. And then last up is Celebrate. Yeah, that's a nice shimmer right there. Yeah, so that is the palette. If you saw my last first impression swatch party, I did the Glam Light and I felt like I was swatching forever. So this was nice to do like just a short and sweet little palette swatching. But yeah, there they are. I think they all swatch really nice. I mean, I used most of the shadows, so I'm not surprised that they swatch decent. This one isn't like too impactful, but again, I kind of said that it stands out more when I pressed it and then blended, as opposed to when I just very lightly blended it out on a set base as well, because my under eyes are set with powder already and my lid was tacky. So definitely something to consider. I'm going to keep playing with this for sure, but first impressions, I'm definitely so very impressed. Let me know with the swatches. Do you guys like to see them in the beginning? Would you prefer these videos to be more swatch focused? Let me know what you guys would like to see when it comes to these swatch party first impressions. Do you prefer me to just focus on swatching them out and talking about how they feel and then just give a brief little tutorial after that? Would you prefer how I do these videos with the more in-depth tutorials and kind of first impressions and swatches, but would you prefer the swatches to be in the beginning? Let me know your preferences on this. I feel like I've kind of switched it around a couple times, so I'm not sure which way you guys like it best. I used to, when I first started this, I would mainly focus on swatching it, and I would give a very brief, kind of like almost Instagram tutorial, like 1 or 2 minutes, a quick little explanation of the look that I had on using the palette. But I have been able to fit it in a little bit better of, you know, being able to do my makeup when Levi is asleep for about 30 minutes. So I've been trying to do it on camera so I can just, you know, talk through it with you guys in the moment. Do you like that? It definitely makes for longer videos. So if you don't, if you prefer the little quicker ones, focusing more into swatching the palette out, let me know that down below. You won't hurt my feelings, but I'd love to get your feedback. Alright, but that is going to do it for my swatch party slash first impressions of the Reasons palette from DJ's Unique Boutique. I am super impressed. I'm excited to continue trying it out and getting to try the brand for the first time. And like I said, this color story, I just couldn't pass it up. But let me know what you guys think down below. Have you heard of this brand before? Have you tried anything from them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always in these first impressions, I will definitely be coming back and giving you guys a review, like a full in-depth review. Even if I don't do a 3 looks 1 palette plus review video, I always give my full in-depth review in my Palette countdown videos that I do about once a month, so you can stay tuned for that. And I also show you guys all the looks that I created. So if you want some inspiration, or if you want to see how many looks I did, and if you want to hear my full in-depth review, stay tuned for that, because I will definitely be reviewing it at some point in the future on my channel. So if you want to stick around, you can definitely do that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys, as always, enjoyed this video. And if you found it helpful or informative or entertaining, or you just like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up on your way out, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And if you want to continue getting daily content from me, I'm over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92, and you can interact with me there if you want to get a chance to be featured in my videos at the beginning. As I do, you just need to comment and I'll randomly select someone. And yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.